I went through your portfolio. I wanted to give some feedback on your design. Like you asked, you said, "Hey, I'm working on a new design for my portfolio. Here's a design that I have come up with. There's still more work to do, like include a brand new page for the development process for each page for each project. And then it has your link to your current portfolio and then a link to your Figma. So I wanted to take a look at your Figma page right now. It looks pretty cool, honestly. Like the colors has this nice gradient on it. The starting from the top. Oh, you put a period right there, didn't you? I didn't notice it. It looks cool. Usually I would stray away from putting things like center aligned, but I think the way you have it right here, it works well. It like drives your eye towards like the bottom, brings it to like the about me, and makes it like, oh, you can scroll down. I think that's pretty good. This section right here, the header, it feels like the header feels like a little bit too cramped. All the words home, about me, projects, it's all like really close together. And I feel like the color, it's like this dark blue purple color. It doesn't really match anything with the rest of the site. Like even here you see you have black. This is probably something that I would change. I would want to make this match the rest of the site. This is cool. It's nice, it's short, it has your CTA, which is a contact. I think that's fine. The about me, this is subjective, but I would want to see your projects first. Like I would want to see what you can do and then focus on your about me later. So I would rearrange this section where it's projects first and then the about me. Doesn't really have any information right now. The text seems like really long and you want the text to be shorter. Just like shorter text is always easier to read than longer text, making things shorter. And then projects, you have your Tidy Hive. Um, the thing with this is that it brings a lot of attention towards this React, Redux, and Node.js, which I think is, it's important that you wanna show what projects you can do and what you know uh, languages or whatever or tools that you work with. But it brings too much attention to it. And I feel like the attention should be brought to these. Maybe you could add like text to it or something. And then you have your text right here, like I said, shorter, and everything has the same issue because it's just like a copy and paste. I would say that without the images, like if I wasn't really reading it, Tidy Hive, Sleep Tracker, if I wasn't really reading the text, like about here, I don't know what button would go with what project, with what image, Because like this is like shoes right here, so maybe this button is to see this project, maybe this button is to see this project. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but if you're scrolling through, like somebody could get confused, like genuinely. So if there was a way to condense that all together, so it's more clear that this project is for this image. I think that would be better. It's really wide too, and then you have your contact form down here. Cool. Like I said, color colors don't really match. Like you have black, and you have this dark purple, blue color, navy color for the top, and then you have everything else. I took the liberty to redesign the page, and I made two versions, and I'll explain why later. Um, so the first issue was that there wasn't enough white space over here, and I rearranged it so it's home, projects, about me, and then contact, so it matches the format of the rest of the page. So you have projects right here, then you have the buttons, which are bright, shining. These are the most eye-catching things on in this section, right? And then you still have your information down here that you want, the React, Node.js, Redux, and that. And then you could like add or remove, and you have plenty of space to add or remove as many different languages or tools that you want right there. And then the about me was kind of lacking a little bit just because there wasn't that much information. So I broke it up into this little timeline thing. This is just an idea that I had. Like it just, you don't have to take any of this, obviously. But this is just an idea where you could have like different experiences and maybe different hobbies, and it looked a little bit empty, so you could add like little assets to it on the left side. That's what that was for. And then you have your contact form right here. It's a little bit different, just because I added this middle section with this solid color. Also changed it to a solid color, just because I think solid colors are easier to work with. Um, and I don't know how difficult it is to code a gradient, but yeah, that was the reason for that. And then I did another version because this actually didn't meet accessibility. So accessibility is a big thing when you're designing. 2.33.1, 2.3321, and for accessibility, I think you want it to be above 7 for AAA, and then I think 4 or 3.25 or something like that for AA. I don't know how set you were on the color, but I brought over a new color. Boom. It's like a fuchsia color. It's darker. And this one is 11:1, so it's really, really contrasty. So it's a lot easier to read. You can even see right here, full stack. It's a little bit difficult to read, but if you go over here, you'll see full stack. Everything super pops. Really, really bright. Everything's basically the same. This is tinted a little bit differently, but everything, it feels a lot more poppy, like more easily readable, contrasty, I think is a better term. Um, yeah, that's basically it. That's how I would go about changing it. I'll also move the social from up here to the side, and this could just be like a floating menu that follows you, and then you could just like remove it, and it'll just have like a little expand box right there whenever you're not using it. But yeah, if you want to keep the same color, try to I'll try not to keep the same color just because it does not pass accessibility, but this one does. You don't have to go with this color, but I'll just say keep that in mind. And if you're using Figma, and I think you are, that's a really easy, simple plugin called Stark. That's that's how you check. Okay, that's basically it. Peace out. Hope this helped.